everybody. Wait for people to log in. I want to talk. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I always like to have like music when I get started. But I want to talk about love, soulmates. Specifically, I want to talk about, hey guys tuning in. Specifically, Haley. Specifically, I want to talk about my new program. Whoa, it just jumped. Specifically, I want to talk about my new program, Calling in Divine Magnetic Soulmate Love. Ah! Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all here. It's going to be a really good talk today. It's going to be my intention. I'm going to try to get comfortable, but hi, Lisa. Hi, Anne. Hi, Norma. Hi, Joe. Hi, Lee. Hi, my path inspired. Hey, Cash. So good to see everybody tuning in right now. Okay. Hi, Kenzo. You're a new face. I need to get my setup like situated so I'm not always adjusting it. Okay. Hey, Miss Patty. It's been a while. Okay. Hey, Tamika. I love seeing all these familiar faces. Are you guys super stoked to talk about love? Oh, good for you, Lee. Nicole! Oh, Nicole's my badass. I'm so, Nicole, how stoked are you for calling in divine love right now? I know, Lee, there's no accent, and don't tip backwards, Mika. I know. I was like, someone save me. Oh, I love seeing you guys. Okay, so what I would love, what I'm going to start off with is a prayer of intention, an intention for love, for divine love, for soulmate connection. Before I go into it, if you guys have any questions, definitely shoot them in. Otherwise, I'm going to go with whatever comes through me. I'm going to talk about, there's a couple things that I definitely want to talk about. I definitely want to talk about the difference between karmic ties, karmic relationships, and a true soulmate. Hey, Jamie. And I definitely want to talk about the biggest thing. Well, there's so many important keys to not only attracting the real deal love, but to maintaining and cultivating that relationship. So I definitely want to address that. But if you guys have questions, let me at it. And before I do get started, if you really want to go further, if you love what you hear on this call, on this live stream, and you really want to go further into meditations and the training and the mindset and the energy work, because you want to call in that real deal relationship, then you definitely need to check out, at least read the sales page for Calling in Divine Magnet, it's like the longest name ever. It's like Divine Magnetic Soulmate Love. I think that's what it's called. I call it Divine Love for short. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's do a quick prayer. So go ahead, and if you like, what I like to do is get comfortable, sit down. I like to put my hand over my heart. I put both hands over my heart. And, okay, I'll see you later, Tamiko. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely catch the replay, though. Hey, Jamie, did I say hi to Jamie yet? Okay. Anyways, let me turn down my music at least. Let's do actually, I want to put on chill vibes. What's a good vibing? Let's do chill. Let me look up chill vibes. All right, here we go. This one's called All Yours. Okay, cool. That's appropriate, right? All yours. That's what we want to, when we get into a committed relationship, we want to feel like I'm all yours, you're all mine. All right, you guys, get comfortable. We're going to do a prayer of intention. And go ahead and put your hands over your heart. Have I found your soulmate right now? I don't know. Have I? All right. Deep breath in. All All right, here we go. Prayer of intention. God, universe, please align me with the vibration of true divine love. Help me see anything that is in my way to aligning with that vibration. Help me understand any lessons that I still need to learn. Help me to move through them. Help me to discern between what is mine to work on and what is mine to release. God, I am ready to call in that true divine match, my divine partner, my soulmate, my twin flame, however you want to phrase it. I am ready. I am open. Please open my eyes, light my path, show me the way. Universe, elevate my standards to the highest standards that you hold for me. Help me understand love in a way that I have never experienced before, in a way that is conscious, that is harmonic, that is in resonance with my divine self. Help me to become the woman or man. Help me to become the vibrational match to that which I seek. Show me the way. Show me the vision you have for me. Help me to release the things that are holding me back and no longer serve me. Help me to create space for this divine love. I'm ready to experience that next level love. I'm ready to be that next level version of myself that gets to have the relationship that I know is alive and real within me. Help me to always move within whenever I feel scared or confused or lost. Help me to know that the way is always made. The way is always clear. It is within me. Help me trust my path. Help me trust myself. I am ready for this love. I'm ready to become the person that I need to be to attract this love. I'm ready to honor this person when they are in my life. I'm ready to allow your love and your light to shine through me and through this other person and through the love that we have for each other as we uplift and elevate all people around us. This love that I am attracting is transcendent and is for the benefit of all. Help me to recognize and honor that at all times. And help me to not lose sight of who I am with this process. As I honor myself, the more I honor and love myself, the more I attract people and relationships and experiences that honor, respect, and love me. Help me know that this is not only possible, but that it's happening. I am ready. And I trust in divine timing, and I trust in the path. And so I surrender the timing, and I surrender the way, and I just know that if it is mine for believing, if I can see it, if I can feel it, I will have it. And so thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have this wonderful opportunity to experience divine love. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. And release it. Whoa. I don't know why my eyes always water. Okay, so that's my prayer of intention for all of you guys. My intention is that not only does this live stream serve you through the wisdom and the message that comes through me, but just the energy of everyone that's here, the energy and the intention to help us all align with divine love, true love, unconditional love, that place of pure connection. Just being here will help you to shift and see things differently, see things in a way that will allow you to see your path, to understand the steps, to understand any lessons that are still left to be learned, to help you truly align with the vibrational match of yourself, to truly align with yourself that is a magnetic, attractive match to the love that you seek. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I really want to talk about, I want to talk about soulmate relationships versus karmic relationships, because if you're anything like me, you probably love intensely, you love deeply. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it, Kenzo. You probably love intensely and love deeply, and it's probably very hard for you to let go of things. Like for me, there was like, hey, Cynthia, great to see you. There was like a running joke for me that like, I have, and not that I carried, not that I wanted to be with my exes, but I carried so much of like the thoughts and energy and honestly baggage around them. And when it was really just much more appropriate to move forward and move on. Anyway, so just a quick distinction, because I think this will help a lot of you guys that might be trying to discern Do I continue to struggle with food, or maybe is it really time for me to let go? So a karmic relationship, and here's the other thing too. I think a lot of us mystify like soulmate and karmic relationship, and it's not that mystical. It's really not that complicated. And it's something that you just know deep within you. Okay, so that being said, a karmic relationship. So you guys know what karma is, right? Like karma is literally, it's not a bad thing or a good thing. I think a lot of us associate karma like, oh, you're going to get your karma. But sometimes karma is good. When you put out good energy, you get good energy back. When you put out negative energy, you get negative energy back. Some people call this karma. Whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. That is your karma. Karma is literally like, it's physics. It's whatever action you give, you get an equal and opposite reaction. That's your karma. So when you enter into when you're in a karmic relationship, and I have experienced that karmic relationships can also be soulmate relationships, but soulmate relationships that were not meant to be long-term, but we hold on to them because we're now dealing with karma. And that gets way confusing. I don't want to go that deep into it yet. Unless you want to get in the program, we might go that deep into it now. But here we go. A karmic relationship is really something that's being fueled because both parties keep putting out something that they are attaching to. Okay, another way to say this, both parties are putting out energy and not resolving it, right? A Course in Miracles talks about how every relationship will continue to manifest until it has been completely healed, until it has been made whole. What does this mean? So like if you basically, in layman's terms, if you owe someone forgiveness, or if there's something going on in your vibration regarding a past relationship, whether they did something to you, you did something to them, or there's something that needs to be learned, it will continue to manifest until you learn your lesson. This is true not only in relationships, this is true with everything. If you are noticing yourself manifesting a pattern in your life, what's a good example? Like you can never seem to reach a certain point of success, or you never can make it to that next level in your relationship, or you just always seem to have the same continual pattern that you don't like repeat in your life. That means that there's something that you're giving out. This is your karma. You're giving out something, a thought, a belief, an action, and you're not learning the lesson as to why you're getting the response you're getting back. Does this make sense? I feel like it can sound really out there, so I want it to make sense. A karmic relationship is really something that's being fueled because it hasn't been healed. It hasn't been made whole, okay? And with karmic relationships, it can feel like, here's the thing. You know it's karmic when you've given your forgiveness, when you're acting from a place of love and alignment, and now all of a sudden it feels like the relationship's just fading away. Okay, good. I'm glad it makes sense. It is a good thing. If you know that you're operating from alignment, if you know you're operating from a place of love, like if you know, and here's a good question to ask. If you're questioning whether you're in a karmic or soulmate relationship, just simply ask, universe, is there anything between me and this person that is anything less than love? Okay, or you can simply say, is there anything that I need to learn from this relationship? But honestly, anything less than love, that will cause the relationship to continue to manifest, because healing, wholeness is just an alignment to love. Does this make sense? So if you're questioning, like, I feel like this person might be the one, but it just seems to have this continual pattern of like up, down, push, pull. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes I love them, sometimes not so much. Ask yourself, go within and just see where you can drop anything that's less than love. Okay, good. Any place where, and you'll get your answer. You'll know, like, yeah, I'm actually holding on to resentment with this person, or I'm wanting them to give me something that I really need to be giving myself, which is something that is a very important key when it comes to relationships. Really, we can't, anytime we think somebody else owes us something, or they need to give us something, or we can't be happy without them, that's when we got to stop and tune in, because there's nobody else. There's nobody that can give us what we truly need from a soul level. We have to give that to ourselves. And only when you give that to yourself do you see that reflected in your relationship. So again, in your relationship, if you feel like things are weird or whatever, just ask, is there anything less than love that I'm giving, that I'm projecting, that I'm radiating towards this person? If so, please show me what it is so I can heal. I can bring it back to wholeness. I'm seeing like a laughy face and a mad face, and I'm just like, what does that mean? Like, I'm so confused, but I'm loving it. So you will get your answer if you ask that. I realized why I kept attracting men who don't show up or aren't ready. Then I learned the lesson, and bam, new amazing connection happened because I shifted the vibe and changed my thought process. Exactly. It's all, and here, okay. So that, honestly, that's going to lead me to my point. The biggest thing, I'll get to soulmates too. The biggest thing you can do for your relationships and for yourself is to, anything that you feel you are missing, anything that you're wanting this person to give to you, anything you feel like, if you just perform this way, I'd be happy, or whatever. If you feel like you're missing anything in the relationship, you have to ask, you have to tune in and ask yourself, where am I not giving this to myself? Right? This is big, you guys. This is big. And I go way into this in my program, but I really want to, I mean, this is huge, because this will change everything. When we stop basically shifting the blame, when we stop externalizing our happiness, our love, our sense of alignment, when we stop externalizing our joy, then we actually start attracting what we need. It's not about getting something from a person. It's literally about tuning in, saying, what am I seeking right now? Right? What am I seeking right now? And how can I give that to myself? When you do that, when you start showing up for yourself, the people in your life will start showing up for you. And it's crazy how quickly it works too. And this is something that I've seen in my relationship. Anytime I felt like, what's a good example? Anytime I really felt disconnected, or like I wasn't connecting with the person, or I felt like something was off, I knew that what was really happening was I was disconnecting from myself. And then when I tuned in, I returned to me, I would most of the time get the guidance to, Madeline, do your own thing. Because I can especially as women, I think too, or the feminine energy beings, we are so giving. We have so much. We nurture, we want to give, we want to love. We put so much of our energy on the world around us. And then what happens is we actually lose connection with ourselves. And then when that happens, it's like we start wondering why we're losing connection with the people. And it's really not about them. It's about us losing connection with ourselves. And then that's when usually people get resentful. They say, but I've given you so much, like you owe me. When the truth is that you never want to give from a place of lack. You always want to give from a place of connection. So your connection with yourself, your alignment has to come first. Okay? Does this make sense, you guys, right? It's all about tuning in, turning it around. Relationships, and this might sound crazy, but hear me out, you guys. Relationships are a mirror. It's really not about the other person. Relationships are a way for you to return back to alignment. It's for you to return back to yourself. It is never about the other person. Relationships are a mirror for you. So when we can get out of this old paradigm that we have to sacrifice ourselves, we have to become some sort of martyr, that we're only worthy if we're giving and just exhausting ourselves. No. That means that you've lost connection to yourself. It's really not about the other person. Self-love, exactly. It's all about self-love. Your relationship with yourself is a reflection of the relationship with others. Right. Absolutely. So, if you guys can get this, if you can start seeing all your relationships literally as a mirror, and as you interact with this person that you love, or this person that you're interested in, or maybe just someone that maybe like a sibling or a parent or whatever. I dealt with this with my parents. I had discovered a few weeks ago that there was a part of me that really needed to start honoring myself as the authority and adult that I am. And whenever I would go back to see my parents, what would be reflected back to me was, you're a child. You see yourself as a child. And so it was a part of me that I had to evolve. And I don't blame my parents for seeing me that way. I used, and here's the thing too. Here's the update, because I think I talked about this, but here's the update on this. I did the inner work. The next few days, I hit my journal saying, I'm a highly respectable woman. I'm an adult. I'm an authority. I'm a leader. I'm a grown-ass woman. Whatever I said, what did I say? It usually comes out in a stream of consciousness, but I went into, I'm an adult. I am an authority. I am highly respected, highly respectable. I am a loving divine being, blah, blah, blah. When I started seeing myself as that grown-ass woman, as someone worthy of respect, as a peer with my parents and my elders, as someone worthy of that kind of status and honor, my relationship with my parents completely changed. Like, I saw them the other day, and it was just like, it was night and day. I felt like a peer, and it was kind of weird, but it was like, energy work is real. So what I'm trying to say is that relationships are really never about the other person. So don't lose yourself in the illusion. Don't lose yourself in the outside world. The outside world is an opportunity for you to go within and start exploring and asking yourself, where can I heal? What can I learn? Where can I show up for myself in a more evolved and ascended way? If you can ask yourself that question, if you can ask, how can I give myself what I believe I'm seeking from this person? If you can give that to yourself, you will be operating not only from alignment, but you will become completely magnetic to not only this person. That is an attractive place. It is literally and metaphorically a very attractive place to be in self-love, self-honor, but it will literally draw all the right people to you. Good. I think you guys are getting, I'm seeing hearts go by, so I don't think I have to explain it too much, but let me get into soulmates. So now I talked about karmic. Karmic ties are really just relationships that are seeking healing and wholeness. And it's a lot of the time with karma, you'll know because you keep hitting the same damn problems and patterns over and over and over and over and over. And it's like, sometimes you love them, sometimes you hate them, sometimes, and it sounds very generic, but it's like the bottom line is there's a pattern where you keep hitting it over and over and over, and you're not learning the lesson, right? And it could be a lesson of self-love. It could be a lesson of learning how to let go, how to love someone, but not needing them to be in a certain relationship with you, right? Maybe you're better as friends, I don't know. But only until you learn the lesson, only until you drop anything that is not vibrating at the level of true love, you're going to keep manifesting this person. It's going to be like hitting your head against the wall. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that karmic, how do you cut ties? Great question. So what I mentioned earlier is that if you feel like you might be in a karmic relationship, ask the question, universe, God, this pattern keeps happening. Help me see clearly. What am I to learn in this situation? Is there anything less than love that I'm giving to this person, this situation, this relationship? Journal on it, meditate on it. You will know your answer. You will know where you're showing up more in fear or in jealousy or in scarcity or whatever. That anything less than love, you'll know just by asking. Asking, you shall receive, right? And when you get your answer, then you just fix it. So like, for instance, a lot of karmic ties are set around, I wouldn't say a lot, but I've seen karmic ties in my life that were basically because I was scared. I was really scared to let go. I was really scared. There was a fear that if I let go, I'm going to lose love, right? Like, this person is my source of love. So until I learned the lesson of self-love, like this person is one. There's an abundance of people. I don't need to be in scarcity mindset around this. Jealousy, right? Maybe there's jealousies. And that's a hard one too. Like, I just wrote a blog about how, like, my boyfriend, I met one of my boyfriends. Oh, here's a perfect example of a karmic relationship. So I just wrote a blog about this. Last week, I went out to this like gaming bar. It's like you play board games and drink. It's really cool and nerdy and cool. And we through a string of events, it was me and my boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend from like 16 years ago. I thought everything was healed, right? I'm thinking like that was so long ago. There's no negative vibes. There's nothing weird going on. Like, no karma, right? wrong. And the reason, and now the more that when I thought about it, I was like, the reason that whole situation even happened was because there was karma that needed to be healed between them. And it was mad awkward. Like, what ended up, it started off like, oh, hey, how are you? And then it went into like, her basically kind of just sharing her grievances. And he just kind of sat there like, and he responded to some questions, but a lot of it was just like, he really hurt her, and they hurt each other. But yeah, there were just a lot of grievances came up, like, why did you do this, and how could you have done this, and like, all this stuff was coming up, and I'm just sitting there watching it like, I think I should go, but he drove me, so I was trapped. And it was a good lesson for me too, because during that whole thing, I really had to tune into myself, and instead of just, even though part of me was just like, girl, like, what are you doing? I was like, I tuned in, I'm like, what's going on here? What do I need to do? What's the aligned thing for me to do? And it's like, just be in a place of love and acceptance and allow the truth. Like, if this is really going on, you have to allow it to come up and be dealt with and communicated, because if you don't allow for healing, the karma will continue to repeat itself. This woman will still continue to pop up in his life, because all relationships will continue to manifest until they're made whole, right? So she got all her stuff out. He got some of his stuff out. There might still be stuff to get out, but it was awkward, but it actually ended up bringing us closer together. And it's actually funny because like the next day she actually defriended him on like they were Facebook friends, and like so she kind of just like naturally vibrated away. I think she said what she needed to say and got the answer that she was needing to know, and that it's over. And I think that was good, and that might be it. Sometimes it's a painful lesson if you love someone and you feel like you need to express, or you have a question like, did you love me, or what I need to know these answers. And once you get them, even if the answer is no, like it's really over, even if I did love you at one point, there's still healing in that, right? Because there's closure, right? You get to go back to a place of, okay, we're done here, right? You know what I mean? So that was a karmic relationship that if they would have dealt with that 16 years ago, that wouldn't have blown up in our face today. But the thing is, they didn't deal with it 16 years ago. And so 16 years later, your karma, you manifest the relationship because you get a chance to heal it. And then, of course, with soulmate relationships, all things, including awkward conversations with an ex, will bring you closer together because, that's just how everything, when you're with a soulmate, when there's true resonance, you thrive off of the truth. You thrive off of love and connecting. And even if it's a painful, weird conversation, the fact that you're connecting, like your love, your hearts thrive off of that. There's nothing really, honestly, there's nothing that's off limits when it comes to talking about our feelings and our fears and whatever, because you've got to know the truth. You've got to be in a place of love and acceptance and honesty. Okay, so that's a good example of a karmic relationship. So, and that's why the truth, like honestly operating from a place of truth, no matter how weird or awkward or whatever, you have to do it, because if you don't deal with your shit now, it's gonna pop up someday down the line, or in this life, or maybe even I do believe that we manifest past life relationships because of karma, because I have experienced that, and it's hard to prove that, but that's just from experience. You get to have your own reality, but I have experienced past life stuff. So the bottom line is, you want to ascend to love. You want to use every relationship as a way to come back to self and ask, where can I give love? Where am I not giving love? How can I transcend this situation, right? And then that leads us to soulmates. When you transcend karma, when you transcend fear and jealousy and whatever, I manifested an X 10,000 miles away from home. It was the healing I needed. Boom. Exactly. And it's crazy. It's crazy how like this stuff happens, and it happens at the weirdest time in the weirdest way. But lastly, back to soulmates. So with soulmates, you're not dealing with karma. You're dealing I'll put it this way. So assuming you've gone through the karmic relationships, you healed, you gave forgiveness, you let go, you got the closure, the answers, whatever you needed, and now you're moving into a place of trust where it's like, okay, universe, thank you for showing me what I needed to learn. Thank you for showing me that I needed to love myself more. Thank you for showing me that I needed to give forgiveness or accept forgiveness or accept an answer that I wasn't willing to accept. Sometimes we don't want to accept the truth about a situation, and that that of course is a karmic situation because we're tying ourselves to someone that we need to release, right? So it's a lesson in releasing and trusting that if you can't miss the right thing. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Do you trust that or not? Do you believe in that or not? Are you willing to let go of what's not really the right thing so you can get the absolute hell yes right thing, right? That could be a karmic lesson as well. But if you're strong enough and willing to do that, if you ascend back into love, back into trust, back into flow, back into knowing that what's meant for you cannot miss you, when you align with yourself, that's when you attract a soulmate. The people you attract when you are excited about life, when you are enjoying your life, when you are enjoying what you're doing, when you are enjoying the friends you have, when you are in a place of gratitude and laughter and lightness, when life is just, when you feel like you are where you need to be and you wouldn't change anything in the world, that's alignment. Alignment is everything is as it should be. I am happy with where I am, but I am excited for more. I am excited for my next steps. That is alignment. When you are, and only when you are in that place, do you then attract your vibrational match, right? That's when the soulmate comes. That's when the soulmate comes because you can only attract a mate to your soul when you are mated with your soul. You guys get that? It's all about alignment, man. It's all about alignment. So, and when it happens, it's effortless. It's easy. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like, it's fun. You think, I mean, you'll see signs like the signs that I've gotten is like literally I've picked up telepathic communication. It's like you're talking and for me, it's like, well, we talk at like 1,000,000 miles per minute when we get into it. And it's like, we just know what the other person's going to say. I can like mumble my words and they get it. And like, I'm like my weirdest self and it doesn't feel weird. Honestly, it's just, you just know. It's easy, and not saying you never have difficulties. Obviously, I just told you a story that was mad awkward, but even the mad awkward, uncomfortable stuff, you want to get close, like, you want to get closer with them, because you want to understand, you want to go back to that place of love, because when you operate from a place of love, there's no going, you don't settle for anything less. You don't settle for anything that feels like disconnection. You don't settle for a relationship filled with fear or jealousy or like stagnation or whatever. It's like, there's this healthy, easy, forward movement. You're drawing closer. It's effortless is the best way. It's effortless, even though it does have effort. Does this make sense? The bottom line is to know that you'll know you're ready for a soulmate when you are in alignment yourself, which basically means all is as it should be. You are happy with where you're at and you're excited for more. You're not feeling needy. You're not feeling desperate. You're not feeling like, but where are they? I'm so lonely, right? That's operating from a place of loneliness, and then you'll only continue to manifest the same thing. If you feel like you've been manifesting loneliness after loneliness, that's your pattern. And so learn the lesson. I'm manifesting loneliness. So go within. Okay, I'm a match to loneliness. What do I need to give myself to be a match to fulfillment, to be a match to connection? And the answer is going to be, cool, connect with yourself. Okay, how do I connect with myself? Do things that you love to do. Simple, right? And you'll know what that is. And then when you do that, you become a match to connection. You become a match to fulfillment. You become aligned with yourself, and then you manifest a soulmate. Okay, so that's that. That's soulmate versus karmic. I hope that helped you guys. Do you have any questions? Shedding the layers. Yeah, and sometimes it takes time. Like, be patient with yourself. It's a process. And it's actually quite fun. One of the modules we're going to do in Calling in Your Divine Love, my newest program, is we're going to go through like a really subconscious layer of ourselves. It's all meditation, some training. But there's a meditation where you really go and you look at the different parts of your personality, the different parts of your being that are still very much alive and speaking with you at a like a subversive level, at a very subconscious level. It's called a subpersonality, basically. And anyways, that's fun. I think it's fun because I think it's it's interesting to look at what's hiding underneath and not be scared of it, but actually make it your friend. Actually work with it to evolve it. Because as you evolve the lowest, the lowest, I don't say that in a disrespectful way, but as you evolve like the most fearful part of you, you evolve the entire part of you up, right? It's like the weakest link holds back the weakest chain holds back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, you're only as loving as the most fearful part of yourself. So it's looking at all those parts of ourselves, looking at ourselves naked, so to speak, and then befriending it, talking with it, loving it, evolving it, elevating it, and becoming honestly renewed. Yes, it is an amazing feeling. Okay, off late, I have not been able to quiet my mind while meditating and getting answers like Abraham says. Any tips? It's a practice, Sanviti. Be patient with yourself. My hair looks crazy. Be patient with yourself. And what helped me in the beginning was listening to a guide and just become aware when your mind wanders. So for instance, let's say for the first minute, you're like focusing on your breath or the meditation, and then you notice you're thinking about like getting groceries. The moment you recognize your mind wandered, just notice it. Say, okay, my mind wandered here to groceries. So now let me just come back, right? You're never going to cease thought. Our brains are continue to think, right? Our brains are very, very fast and efficient and smart. What we want to train our brains to do is always come back to center. It's not that we're never going to think again, but we want to recognize when we've attached ourselves to a thought, right? We are not our thoughts. We have thoughts. And our thoughts are like, and the minute we've noticed that we've attached to a thought and it's dragging us, then we say, whoa, relax, release, come back to center. That's the process. Come back to center. Come back to center. Okay, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that person. I was whatever. Come back to center. And release. And that's just about being in the moment. Come back to the breath. Come back to the guide. Come back to the intention. Just come back to gratitude. I'm here. I'm here. I feel. I am. Whatever that single thought, just come back to your center. Come back to your truth. Right. Driving is a meditation for me too, Cash. The app 10% Happier has really helped me with my meditation. Perfect. Thank you, Shelly. Yeah. There's apps. There's a ton of meditation apps. So many tools, for sure. Check out apps and obviously like YouTube, my meditations and my program. Hello. It's all meditation. It's amazing. Okay, so I don't see any questions. I'm going to head out. I'm so happy you guys were on. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you missed the beginning, check out the beginning because I do have a prayer of intention to help you guys align and elevate into divine, true soulmate love. And if you really want to dive deep into this, definitely check out my program at my website. And if you have questions, let me know. This is good stuff. This is a really good time for love. It's really aligned, and I'm so excited for everybody. Girl, yeah, no, go to my website, go to MadelineReinhardt.com, and you'll see it's called Calling in Divine Love. You're very welcome, Amanda. Read the sales page. I talk about the meditations that I'm going to be teaching, and I go into I'll just tell you guys. I'm going to be talking about the laws of relationship, and there's 5 main laws of relationship that I'll put it this way, when I started practicing them, it really changed everything for me. And I'll give you a hint. One of the laws actually I really went into today, and it really is about coming back home, coming back inward, because relationships are a reflection, right? That's actually one of the laws. I'm just going to give you one of my laws, y'all. Here we go. Relationships are a reflection, right? They're a reflection. So as whatever is going on, they're a reflection to whatever is going on within you. So if you have some weird drama, story going on internally, you will see that reflected in your relationship, okay? And we'll go more into it in the program, but basically use the relationship as a way to tune in. What dramas inside of me am I playing out in my relationship? And then what's my next step? What do I now want? Now that I know what's going on, what do I want? What's my next step? That sort of thing. And so we do a meditation around that. You're so welcome, Elizabeth. So happy to see you. All right, loves. Be blessed. Love is real. Love is amazing. And if you have any questions, let me know. Have a good night. Bye.